This is Don Theard again at the Free-erway Garden in Oakland, California at Grow Incubator. This is our community garden. Everything we grow here is organic and it's 100% free for the residents of this community. After they come once and I show them how to harvest and what's harvestable at the current time and what will soon be harvestable, then they can come back 24/7 anytime they want and pick what they need for the current meal they're going to prepare, or maybe the next meal afterwards. But the idea is that you only take what you need for your personal use and not to store up a large quantity for your own personal use to the exclusion of everyone else in the community. I'm going to give you a little tour. Right here we have a crop of Detroit dark red beets, and at the end of this row there's gourmet beets, a mixture of them, and chard. Down this row you see garlic plants, potatoes, and over here you see the ornamental sweet pea flowers. And over this way we have bull's blood beets, which are very tasty and sweet. And on all the beet greens you can eat the leaves in salads or braised. Over here we have poles set up for climbing pole beans. There will be green beans and purple green beans over here. And then over here we have a few fruit trees. We have a quai peach on the end. Right here is a nectarine tree. Right here is red burgundy beets. I have a fruiting and flowering nopal cactus, which the new petals right here are edible. They're not fibrous. The old petals you don't eat because they're fibrous. And the flowers right here, when they're green, you can eat these as a vegetable, but when they mature, they'll turn into an orange fruit, and those are very sweet. You can make sorbets out of them and other stuff. Over here, this tree that's flowering and flower right now, this is an ever-sweet pomegranate tree. Over here we have lavender that is just ready to go into bloom. All of these little heads will turn into purple flowers. Over here, I just weeded out this bed. There were lots of types of greens and kale over here. All of these stalks will regenerate like this is. And we have foxglove flowers starting to come up, which is perennial. We have hops for beer making that will grow up these long poles. Right here is mint, and you have to trim it back every couple of months so it doesn't invade the rest of the garden. This down here is Indian summer hollyhock, and over here we have red amaranth. Amaranth comes in more than one color. Right there is the purple runner beans, and come back this way. Down here on the ground we have common English oregano. These plants right here are the flowers from the asparagus plants. And over here we have green collard greens, and we have purple African collard greens right there. And then over there is the dinosaur kale. And right here is the curly leaf collard. These are purple fig trees, these two trees right here. And when these figs are mature, they'll be larger than a golf ball and deep purple, and they're really sweet and juicy. This right here is a hybrid grapevine. It's called Fire, and this year we are going to have our first crop of grapes. You can see the heads forming right there, the bunches. So we'll have our first grapes this year. The flowers over here are called pink cosmos. These are self-sowing, Once you have these, you'll have them forever. They drop seed and they come back every year. Over here is just a climbing rose that was gifted to me for the garden. This is Asian pear tree, juvenile. It'll probably start fruiting either small fruits next year and then a better crop the years after that. Over here I have Imperial Valley artichokes, and this one plant, actually these two heads are off of one rootstock, and these two heads produced at least 30 full-size artichokes already, and after I harvest these will probably make more. Over behind, right here, this is marjoram. It's a very potent herb. It's good with grilled vegetables and poultry and pork, and also on beef or lamb. And right over here, we have white sage. This is a culinary sage, and I use the flowers on here to garnish my grilled vegetables and also on meat garnishes. And right here, we have a Santa Rosa plum tree. Right here, these are nice sized plums, and this is the first full crop on this tree this year, which is nice. Down here, I have potatoes, which are ready to be dug up. You can see where some of the white ones are sticking up. When they are exposed to sun, they turn slightly green. Over here on this end, you can see I have red potatoes, red new potatoes. So I'll dig this row up this week. Right here is a Fuji apple, a juvenile Fuji apple tree. And over this way, we have a Meyer lemon tree. Well, first we have the seedless lime tree right here. And we're getting our first good crop of limes. You see all the small little juvenile limes on there. And then down here, I had one foxglove plant, and it flowered and it dropped seed. So now I have baby foxgloves growing up all over the place. I'll transplant a lot of these because there's too many in such a small area, and then I don't want them densely planted like that. They'll fight each other for nutrients. Right here we have Meyer lemon, and there's baby lemons on the tree already. This one is going to produce a lot of lemons this year. I had 15 on it last year. And right here we have a Gala apple tree. And last year it only had a few apples on it. This year it'll have more. There's a few juveniles there and other places on the plant. And right here we have an this is early autumn apricot. So this is the first year that it's produced apricots. There's only a few on here because people have been picking them, although they're not ripe, which is unfortunate. Maybe once they learn that they don't taste good when they're not ripe, they'll let them get ripe next year. And over here, I have numerous types of tomato plants. These self-germinated because this is where my compost box was, and I removed the box because I have a compost station at the rear now. And these are a type of squash that I'm not sure of till I see them because I didn't plant these. These were also volunteers. So we'll see what kind of squash we have when some of them come up. Over here, I have thyme. This is common thyme. And over here I have more garlic and onions. The onions are just starting to form. The onions don't really start forming until late in the stage of the life cycle of the onion plant. And under the onions, I like to mix plant things that come into maturity later or in between that don't fight for nutrients because their roots are different depths or different spreads. This is a cucumber, one of the many types that I have seed for. But I know these right here are Market More cucumbers, all three of these plants. This plant is a lemon cucumber, and you can see I had purple sweet potatoes last year here. So some of them escape you, small potatoes. So that's a purple sweet potato seedling right there, and right there. And that's a white potato seedling. And over here, loofah sponges are a natural sponge, and these are seedlings for the loofah vine. So I will be growing some loofah sponges here. Also, I just have to do a little repair to my pyramids. Over here, we have Chinese celery, or Chinese style celery. It doesn't grow the heads, but it grows profusely with leaves and thin stalks. And this is a lot more pungent and deeper in flavor than the regular celery. It's less water content and more concentration of flavor. And over here, this plant right here is a type of squash. The Chinese people call it a winter squash. The person who gifted this vine to me called it watermelon chayote squash. And over here, this is a donated rose plant. And look, we have a little visitor right here, a ladybug. That's my friend. He landed on here just now. I saw him out the corner of my eye. He's looking for aphids. And there's a little bitty aphid right under there, and I hope he finds it. A little small aphid, but I need to kill that before it lays eggs, because they will decimate your roses and a lot of other things. I harvested 67 squash off of this patch last season at an average of 11.5 pounds each. Over here we have ruby chard, and that's really good raw in salads. This is more of the Chinese celery. And we have more chard over here. And this right here is red Russian kale that has gone to flower. See, it's shaped, the leaves are shaped like that. But once your plants start going to flower to produce seed, they produce less leaf. All their energy is going towards the seeds. Over here, down here, these are more garlic plants. And the way you tell your garlic is mature, if it has a single stalk like this, it still hasn't matured yet. Once the stalk gets like this, and then it starts separating into numerous stalks, then you know your clove head is formed under the soil. And over here, growing under here, is mullein. This is a herb that's used medicinally as a decongestion in herbal teas, and they also some mix it with tobacco. And this, what you see growing all over the garden, is called alyssum. It has repellent properties to some insects, and there's one type of insect that loves it. That's not good. But these are ornamental sweet peas. We have 4 colors here. We have the lavender, white, the pink or salmon color, and the red, blood red, pretty. And right here we have, this is a type of chard right here that is called peppermint chard. That's why it doesn't taste like peppermint, but the stripes is why they call it peppermint chard. This one right here is called ruby chard. Obvious why. And then I think somewhere over here we may have green. Let me see. Yes, right here. Yeah, this one's green. Oh, some aphids on there. Some aphids are on there, but I'll deal with that in a little while. I'm glad I saw that. Well, anyway, over here I have one more type of chard. Oh yeah, these are the purple runner beans. And wherever you see a flower, there will be a bean. And this flowers profusely. There's flowers all down in there. and it'll produce many, many pods. The pods of the purple runner bean, when they're young and tender, you can eat them. But once they get long, this pod gets leathery. So you want to let them fully mature and dry, where you can harvest them and use them as shell beans. But under here, I have another type of chard. This is white Fordham. This is Fordham chard. And down here we have, you know how green onions are? These are Italian type. Instead of getting green on the bottom, they get red. And over here, these are leeks. So for your leeks to properly form, where the bottom is white and tender, you have to pile dirt gradually up along the bottoms of the stalk, and so that'll stay white and tender, and it'll grow upright and tall and healthy, and make yummy sauces and meat dishes and soups. But anyway, I think I may be able to find a juvenile squash in here. No, none of these are ready yet, but we probably have a few baby Detroit red beets we can pull. Yeah, see, that's a baby beet. You can eat the beet and the greens. Okay, and over here are the gourmet beets. I have different types in here, Chiyogas and whatnot. See, that's an orange beet right there. It's bright orange. And figure I'll look for another type. Yeah, this looks similar to the Detroit red beet, but when you slice it, it has stripes. It's white and red. So we have various types of beets that are ready, and you can eat the leaves of the beets in your salads. So over here we have one more item. Yeah, a couple more things. These are red Avicenna lettuces over here. They're about to go to flower. They're at the end of their cycle. Those are the red ones. These green ones are from a salad bowl blend of lettuce that I planted here. So we have a few of those growing up. There was Free-erway, but that's gone. We have marigolds interspersed in this row and in a few other places around the garden. The marigolds are edible, and also they tend to repel some types of insects. So they are very good for your garden. And also gophers don't like marigolds. These right here are an Italian type of carrot. They're globular in shape. They get about the size of a golf ball. I don't know if any are ready yet, but I'll try to find one. Yeah, they're not ready yet, but I want to give you the idea of what they're kind of shaped like. Oops, there you go. It'll get about twice to 2.5 times this size. And you can cut it right to there and simmer them. Oh, it's about time. Okay, well, the last thing I have to show you over here is the mullein. These mullein, oh yeah, there's two things. The mullein right here, I think I already showed you that, right? This is the one I showed you at the bottom of the piece. That's they use it in herbal teas as a decongestant, and some people mix it with tobacco. They said it makes tobacco not as bad for you. But over here is also purple shiso. I have it interspersed all between here, because after the carrots are harvested, then those will be coming into their full bloom. But these are used a lot by Southeast Asians and Chinese, Vietnamese. They're real tasty in soups like pho or stir fries, or as a herb garnish. And that concludes our tour of the Free-erway garden. Have a good day. God bless, peace and love.